up there. You have to start picking up some speed now. Get up to 100. And we need to start merging too as well. So I'm wondering if she would start indicating. Oh! Welcome back to Spicy Tech. I am Mark.
I'm Cry.
And yeah, we just took a nice little walk here in Dunsview Park. It's a beautiful day out. And yeah, we just want to go to have some drinks at LCBO in a different city for no reason. So we're going to actually test out the in-city streets, on highways, off and on ramps with 11.4.2. on average mode. So we're going to be testing out the reaction times, the cut-ins, the cutouts, the merging onto the highway. Yeah, so we'll see how things go.
It's seeing the kid, but as an adult.
Okay, so the kid needs to... Well, so the kid grew a couple inches.
The dog!
Does it pick up the dog? We're just seeing like
look!
It's trying to classify the doggy.
Hold on, don't move, because we can't see him. Hold on. Okay. Why do they have the dog like on the streets? Okay.
So we need to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruh.
Wait, stop.
Alright, so that's a good start to our trip.
Good thing. I mean, I have some faith in FSD. Oh my gosh.
She wants to swing out there. Alright, she wants to go. She's waiting too long for that dog, for that pup. It's time to get on our way.
She's getting antsy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Left turn here, it shows up a yellow, which is strange. But it's good. It's fine. We're getting out of the sunlight, the direct sunlight. And that was decent. Because the light was directly on the camera sensors, so
yeah.
Pretty impressive there. Except it kind of darted out of the parking lot there. Okay, that's no problem. Alright, so we have the left turn here, let's go. And she does it really well. Really good left turns.
Yeah, that was nice. It wasn't too aggressive compared to the other stuff, but it was good.
Getting out of the bypassing or overtaking lane.
It was very good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little kids on the bikes, but it did a good job of recognizing the kids. And that was a tiny little kid.
Yes.
And it's showing him as a grown adult. It's just kind of funny, but I'm glad that I saw it. And the dog actually looked like to scale, which was really good.
Yes.
We hardly ever see the dogs on the display, I guess, like more on the sidewalk and stuff, but it was doing a pretty good job.
It was overall impressive. We didn't have her activated there. We didn't want to
take the risk.
Would it recognize this small pup here? It does. It does try to.
It's so small.
It just looks like
two
people walking, but it did pick up the doggy.
I'm just walking my person.
Walking myself out.
I see myself out.
It does seem to be. It feels a little bit more smooth on the. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It didn't stop abruptly. Wasn't that harsh.
A little bit, but not that much.
Marsha's picking up the pedestrian quite over there.
And she didn't freak out with the pedestrian behind us either.
But you could also see here that
the reflection of the person
is making a double.
Yeah, it's seeing two. I mean, better safe than sorry, right?
But it's seeing that person through the glass.
It was behind, yeah.
That's amazing.
And the other people who are way behind in the back, who are crossing the street.
It has to have. It has to be. It probably. If they can train the system as much as they have trained the system to recognize people, I think we will reach full autonomy.
Honestly, I'm very impressed with the diversity of people that it's seeing. Like, I don't feel like, oh, this race or something is underrepresented. Like, I feel like everybody is seen and recognized for their safety. Like, it feels good,
Yes.
The only thing, maybe the dog amount, the dog variation probably needs some work. Because it's a little bit iffy, like it just sees little like piles of dogs.
Occlusions. It just picks it up as a
like a
occluded object.
Yeah.
Something not to pass or run over.
Yeah, it's just that it would be cool if it could see like the size of the dog and stuff. But it did really well when it was close.
Yeah, it did pretty amazing. Well, yeah, pretty good.
And the kids and everything, like they were like really good. And the kid was on the bike, and it still knows it as a person.
Yes, exactly.
She's not freaking out too much. Oh, she kind of swayed away from those people.
Kind of a last minute turn here, but it was alright.
Yeah, I think that's just how you kind of have to do it, right?
But she was up to speed. It's not like she abruptly stopped and was
No,
like, oh,
no.
whoa. Direct sunlight here, still making that turn pretty well. So that's pretty good. That's a thumbs up there. You have to start picking up some speed now. Get up to 100. We need to start merging too as well. So I'm wondering if she would start indicating.
Oh, that was so good. Right at 100 on the dot, too.
Yes, ma'am.
She
That was
did
pretty
that.
good. We have a
Miss
car coming up on the
Marsha
right side
did
here,
that.
though, so she needs to.
She started braking a little bit,
Yes.
but then that was actually cool. She started braking and then realized they're not going fast enough, and then passed them.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
People,
that was really, really
folks, I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm speechless right now.
good. You're shook.
Wow. And then she sees a gap, immediately gets into that. Jeez.
I'm getting out of this exit lane too.
So far, I'm impressed. I'm pumped.
I think that's the first time we've seen that like done so well.
Really smooth,
Just
natural.
It's as if I did it.
Yes. Wow.
That was really good.
So the team they're really putting in their efforts into the highway driving.
They're putting in that work.
You can see she's going now into the overtaking lane.
I wonder if she's gonna go on the express.
She might be positioning herself to do that, yes. But we'll see.
Maybe.
We're going a bit slow here in this lane. Car on the right is
Passing us.
really smooth turning on this curvature road here. This curve in the road.
I want to see if she's gonna go the express. She may want to change soon though, because this person's slowing down.
Yeah, she's gonna start indicating soon. There's a car coming up with some speed behind us,
nice.
but she's gonna pick up some.
up.
Yeah, she's gonna pick up some pace and find herself in that gap.
Really good, yeah.
And get up to speed. Whoa, we have a smart car speeding on the side there. Yeah.
We haven't tested on this fork either.
Which one is that?
This fork to go in the express, so a left fork instead of a right fork.
So we have the express here. Is she going to remain here, or is she going to go straight?
I think she's staying here.
Yeah, she's made up her mind. Well,
and she did well too. She didn't like accidentally go in the express.
Exactly. There was no swerving to the left. It was all pretty well done.
It's all Gucci.
We have a S2000 on the right side. That's a classic.
A little bit bumpy here.
Yeah.
Looks like she's vibing on this side for now.
What I do realize though is you're seeing a lot less hesitation or stuttering from the actual vehicles.
The lines? Oh, okay.
The vehicles themselves, it feels like it's tracking their speed a lot better.
More accurately.
More accurately, very. I think it's fine-tuned. It feels fine-tuned, and I mean, it is fine-tuned because it's part of the release.
Alright, just change the classification. It's trying to adjust.
It's also seeing a lot more on the left side too as well, even though we have a barrier in the middle section here.
And it's not freaking out either.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I
must admit, I feel really relaxed now. I'm not too sure about What are your thoughts, Cry?
Yeah, actually, like the only thing is just it just feels like it's just blasting through the highway, but that's maybe just my experience because it's just you know, keeping the speed, just going, you know.
It feels like it knows what it's doing. It knows where it has to go and what it has to do in advance,
Yeah.
and it's just doing it.
Oh, I think we have some construction.
Oh, we need
here.
to slow down here too as well.
Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. I thought it was
going to bring it down to 110, and we have some lanes.
Very narrow here.
A different color too as well.
She's like not even phased, to be honest. It looks like.
We had some issues here with this fork, where it would try to sway out into the exit lane here to Leslie, but now no issues at all.
Not phased. She doesn't care, but she's doing a good job.
This is a bit of a tricky lane now because you normally have cars merging on the right side.
Yeah.
Into the highway, onto the highway, and then causing this lane here to be backed up and abrupt braking too as well. So let's see how it's going to happen here.
I want to see how she's going to line up the cars.
They need to start accelerating.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! That's not good.
Yeah, they need to start accelerating. So that wasn't great.
Did they press their brakes?
Yeah.
In front of us? So that's a cutoff, right?
That was a cutoff, yeah. So that they didn't really pick that up. That was a tough one though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have actually merged onto the highway like that.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, they kind of didn't have much of a choice. I think they were just in an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it was
I think the people in front of them pressed the brakes. They kind of had no choice but to.
Yes.
And we were just kind of like gunning it down.
We were going at speed. Perhaps if I had it at 100. But
I think it should have anticipated that a lot better.
Yes, it should have. I mean, and they were working on the prediction too as well, predicting car movements. You know, what they're looking to do.
Yeah.
The intent and so on. So I was expecting it to see that in advance and start to slow down and give them some room to make that lane change or to merge.
Scary.
Sorry. So she's merging on here, but there's a high curvature and she needs to get So that was a little bit rough. But I did bump up the speed though, so kind of my fault too as well.
From my perspective, it looked okay, but I mean, you know what you're doing over there.
So now we're going to come up to our famous exit. We're going to be exiting on Finch and we have to cross 4 lanes. And it's pretty busy now. You can see on the right side.
Just thick.
It's a thick set of cars. She needs to get up to speed. Oh, there's a gap here. So she sees that gap really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And then gets into it right away. That's how you have to do it. You have to see it and get into it ASAP.
Yeah.
See the next gap, get into it, and let's go.
Oh, there's 2 people merging. Oh my gosh. So much is happening.
Okay, I'm not too sure why the speed is at 99 though.
I think we should go up to 110.
Let's see. She's looking for a space. She's going to get into that gap, get into it one time. Let's go.
It's nice, and I think we're almost set. She doesn't have to go here, but it's.
She's going to look for a gap on the right side. She's looking for it already.
She goes.
And then she's going to start
we
going.
gotta be careful with that door there in case they swing open that door. But
it was all good.
Yeah, we're good. Just because I saw someone open it on the right side, I was like, are they gonna open that now?
I forgot to report that last one, but okay. So we made that. We made that those lane changes, and that was great. I wasn't really worried.
Just that one merge.
That one merge that we forgot to report. But I mean, I'm hoping Elon could start looking at our videos and we get some traction because we're getting
some comments and like
a lot of some subscriptions. We have a lot of sun on that side there. So I'm not too sure if that was prohibiting it from making that right turn faster.
I think it's best to look thoroughly because there's also a hill, right? So you gotta take a few seconds just to double check. So I think that was okay. That wasn't like terrible.
But overall, what's your what's your feelings or your overall impressions on?
I mean, the
on
highway was really, really good.
Yeah, the highway feels like it's almost perfect.
I think, honestly, part of, I don't know, I don't want to say definitively, but that issue that we had there, that could be because of, like, it was a weird kind of situation. Because their merging section was very short. So they may not have had enough time to actually speed up.
All right, sorry about that, folks. I guess we ran out of some space or something on the camera, or it overheated or something. But yeah, apologies for that. So back to what we were talking about: overall impressions of highway navigation on 11.4.2.
Yeah, I honestly think even that little problem we had there, that was maybe nuanced because, like, potentially, I mean, I'm not driving, but it may be hard to see that the people in front of the merging cars were going to slow down. So, and it could have been because of the construction or whatever else. So, I think it could be nuanced, and, like, so far the experience has been really, really smooth.
I agree. I think in the future, once it is better trained on lane ending, ending lanes or merging, it should have picked up that the lane was ending for that particular vehicle, and the cars in front they were slowing down, and so it should have slowed down its speed to yield to that merging car.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about how it's yielding right now. So I'm happy that it's trying, but I just feel like the yielding needs to give way more room, and that's exactly why, right? Because if you have somebody merging in, sometimes people in front just slam their brakes for no reason. You need to have enough space because you're going at like 100 whatever,
Yes.
right? So you need that allowance, and that's why, in driving school or whatever, they tell you, okay, like, stay like 5 car distances away on the highway or whatever, right? And that's for that reason. And I don't think she would have hit the car, but obviously, like, we want to take over just in case, and it gives us the peace of mind instead of letting it just slam into the car in front,
Well, and also to save some tire tread too as well, right?
Yeah, we need to slow down, like, properly, because she was just, like, smashing the pedal and just going, and wasn't really giving enough room, because that little piece of room was not enough allowance for what we needed to do and what happened in front.
I think it will get better. I think once they keep on training these kind of edge cases, it's going to be able to predict what it should be doing a lot quicker, and that's what it should have been doing. Looking at these things and then responding a lot quicker and slowing down a lot earlier to allow them space to get that gap and to merge onto the highway.
Yeah, and giving a good sized gap, also a safe gap.
Exactly.
And I think that's the most important thing. Some of the driving that we've experiencing so far, it's been a little bit wild for my preference. Personally, I think it's best to, take your time, do the maneuvers, make sure everybody is good. Like, to me, that's what I would like to see as, like, a self-driving world. So that's kind of my, interpretation of how it's been so far.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, I'm just impressed. We definitely are seeing some improvements with the navigation on the highway. I'm really interested to see if they will actually trickle that down into navigate on autopilot. That'll be a huge selling point for people who just want to use it for highways. If they are majority of the times on the highway, coming from work or going to work, etc. It can be a huge selling point. So
and the merging was definitely, like, really improved.
Yes.
That was, like, really, really good.
That's the first time it actually recognized that the lane was ending and started indicating early and merging onto the highway. Actually, no. It did happen before. That was on the 10.
I think
V10.
when we first got the car, or when we first got FSD, like, it did used to merge, but then it just stopped for some reason.
That was in V10, yeah.
Yeah, like, very, very long ago.
Overall, well, we would have seen how we reacted and how surprised and shook we were, and how overall we felt. We felt really well, really happy with this drive. only one disengagement, and yeah,
That may even be like just a nuance.
it may have been a nuance exactly.
And I think honestly, this update is really like bringing it back for them. I think it's really like bringing things back and getting back on track because our interpretation is that it could have been overfitting or maybe just too much like manual interference with what the system is doing, and that's why it had so many problems in the last update.
Yeah.
So I think that this update, like version 11, is definitely really improving and getting back on track to where we need to be.
As from our previous videos, I personally think if they are able to achieve end-to-end training sooner rather than later, and they can fully utilize Dojo, we can see some huge improvements. But again, we don't really know. No one has really achieved it. So stay tuned and keep on joining us on our journey here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.